All right, welcome back to Currency 365, and welcome back to Iraq RV breaking news, or Iraq Dinar RV breaking news. That's the actual title. Episode 18. It's September 4th, 2015. It's been quite a while. It's been about 3 weeks since we did one of these, okay? The last one was episode 17, and then I took a nice little break there, okay? But we're back with episode 18, and it's not really much to talk about this week, but it is at the same time. But so what I'm gonna really do is I'm gonna go through headlines instead, and I'm gonna probably start off with some quotes and some things that are going on for today, and then I'm just gonna go into some headlines, and that's pretty much it. But I actually want to start off first with Iran. Okay, so we're gonna start off first with Iran, and that will be the world news for the day. I'm not really gonna do much world news on the Iraq breaking news because I already have the world news episodes going down. Okay, but I forgot to put this one in there, so let's start with Iran world news, and then we'll just go into the Iraq breaking news. Welcome back to the Iraqi breaking news, everybody. It's been a minute. All right, so Iran's supreme leader warns nuclear deal to collapse if sanctions remain. Islamic Republic supreme leader, the Ayatollah Al-Khamenei, said that there will be no nuclear deal on Iran's nuclear deal unless sanctions against Iran are lifted, and he means completely lifted. So the Iran nuclear deal will collapse unless sanctions against the country are completely removed, which we know that's going to be true, and they will be completely removed. Most likely they're already removed now. So this is just a smoke screen. Okay, so the Islamic Republic Supreme Leader said on Thursday there will be no deal unless the sanctions against Iran are lifted. Okay, so he's saying this. Well, he's making his little press run around Iran. Okay. Let's see. The comments come as U.S. members of Congress are preparing to vote on whether to accept the Iran nuclear agreement that the P5 plus one group of countries reached in Tehran in mid-July. All right. The agreement would ensure the peaceful nature. Oh my God! Here's this word again. If you haven't seen the video I did a couple, was it yesterday or a couple of days ago? There's a video I did. I don't know which one it is, but I talked about this word that they keep throwing around: peace, 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 peace. They need another word because this word doesn't fit anything that these people do. Okay, now is that influenced by the West, and the West keeps them busy by fighting? It's like telling black people that whites keep you in slavery or in bondage in the hood. But you have the same look, man. Black people have the same opportunities as white people, man. Okay? Because you know why? Because there's black people that are in the hood that are actually going to be rich. There are black people in the hood that are actually going to go and get an education. So if those black people in the hood can do it without a mom or a dad or a grandfather or a grandpa or a grandmother, you can do it too. Okay, so it all depends on you. There's adopted kids that are in Yale right now. Okay, so it's on you and what you believe in, not other people. Are there people and are there organizations to keep you down? Of course they are. They want to keep their culture at the top. Of course, okay, but if you have the mindset and the power to make anything that you want to do and reach your destiny and your goals, because remember, we all have a destiny and we all can reach our destiny, okay? It doesn't matter who is in charge. It doesn't matter who it is, okay? So when you see kids in the hood from the ghettos and from the slums, okay, and they can go to Harvard, they can get to Yale, they can get to Howard University, and they can become ace students and then be running their businesses and multi-billion-dollar companies, you can do the same thing, okay? So it sucks when I hear people talk like that. Okay, so let's clear our minds from that. Get off that negative stuff and know that you have a destiny, whatever your destiny is, and you know. So a lot of you guys already know your destiny. A lot of you guys listening to this channel already know your destiny. Okay, a lot of you guys know that you guys are going to be doing humanitarian things for the world here pretty soon. So a lot of you guys already know your destiny, and you don't care who's in charge. You don't care who's in power. You're going to fulfill that destiny. You see what I'm saying? And that's how everybody should be. Okay, but unfortunately, they're not. Okay, so the Ayatollah is making, statements to his people in Iran. Okay, saying that there ain't gonna be no deal unless everything is lifted. Now we already brought you news that there people around the world are saying that the Iraq nuclear deal will be totally completed by the end of October, going into November, and then Iran's supposed to start what do you call it? I guess oil. They're supposed to start turn on their oil, and everything should be good to go, full steam ahead in November. So it makes perfect sense that there'll be all the sanctions will be dropped by late October and going into November, and their oil will kick on. And that's the reason why Iraq's timing is September and October, because their next door neighbor is about to get a lot of wealth, a lot of power, and they're also going to be turning on completely full oil. And we know the oil prices are probably going to go into the 20s or low 30s, okay, for November and December. So if Iran wants to suffer like that, Iraq wants to suffer like that and not do anything, hey, that's on them. But look, the IMF and the World Bank and the United Nations know that Iraq needs to save themselves now. Okay, so we might even see a possibility. This is just a possibility that people are. I think I'm hearing or might be hearing in the neighborhood, but you might see Iran and Iraq revalue almost at the same time. Not the same day, because that's never going to happen, but almost around the same time. That could happen, but you never know. Some people are saying it's going to take Iran 2 more years at least before they do anything with their currency. I don't see how that's possible, but you never know. It is what it is. All right, so everybody's guessing right now, and either way, we know those two are gonna be are guarantees to have something happen, okay? Because they're written in prophecy, and that's all you need to know. So, let's move on. Spent way too much time on that. All right, here's the article here. Actually, this is from Dinar Firefly. I seen this one. It said the article quote: "A body said in a special statement to the agency formation that reducing the central bank sales of the dollar and make it in the field need the truth to the citizens as well as international bonds to be issued by the central bank, and the $10 million will provide Iraq's hard currency and thus will protect the Iraqi dinar from fluctuations in the currency." Okay, so they're talking about, so a body is talking about international bonds here, okay? So, hey, they can't sell these sovereign bonds. They're not going to be able to sell these international bonds if they don't change the rate, if they don't make it attractive, okay? They're going to fail with these international bonds. Didn't Frank even talked about that when I posted what Frank 26 said as well. Okay, they're not going to be able to pass these international bonds are going to fail if there's nothing happens to the currency, or if nothing happens to them to get a global market economy. Okay, if they're trying to sell international bonds at 1166 or 1095, they're going to look. The sovereign bonds can't even sell at that price. So how can international bonds sell that? It's a joke. Okay, so things are gonna have to happen here. Okay, and I would love to see Iraq, man, just wait. Okay, first they got to get Moody's credit report. I don't know what's taking Moody's so long. Okay, but I would love to see Iraq just go to 5 cents. Just go to 5 cents, and then go to USA and Britain and talk the international bonds. Just start it. Don't go to USA and UK at 1166 program rate. Just I know a lax in there. That's why I say 5 cents. Okay, 12 cents. just put it at, just start it, kickstart it. Okay, I think that will bring a lot more interest and a lot more, and Iraq will have a lot more say if they put it at 5 cents, 10 cents, 12 cents, and then go to America and UK to talk international bonds, and to investors will be more enthused, like, okay, they just kickstarted the currency, they just got it off the program rate, and okay, let's hear what they got to say. It just makes more sense. But I'm just a guy on YouTube, you know. You know what I mean, just a guy on YouTube, whatever. All right, so sources: officials and deputies left the green zone since Thursday night for fear of demonstrators. Well, if you're I need to know those officials' names, because uh, if you're leaving for the fear of demonstrators, that means you're corrupted. I don't see any officials, or even like in America, any senators, governors, or congressmen. I don't see them running from protesters and demonstrators if they're not corrupted. You see what I'm saying? So we need to know the names of these politicians that are running from the green zone, okay, because of the demonstrators. That clearly states that you guys are corrupted, okay, and you don't want no problems with the demonstrator, because they're going to absolutely do evil things to you that they might be justified for, the way the way these guys have stolen all their money and have destroyed their country. Okay, so it could be justified. I mean, my goodness, the way they got these people living is not right at all. So it is what it is. All right, so let's move on. Uh, Iraq's top clerk demands real steps in fighting corruption. Okay. Iraqi army raids militia headquarters, suspecting link to Turkish abductees. Low oil price hits Iraq's revenue, down by nearly $1 billion in 1 month. Oh my goodness, man! Telling you, they should have, man. They should have put that oil. They should have put their budget at $40 and just let it sit there. Now they talking about $40 to $45 in their 2016 budget. Man, just put it at $30 a barrel and let it sit there. Okay, that's what I would do. I would put it at $30 a barrel for 2016 and just let it sit there. Anything higher than 30, we make profit. You know what I mean? But they shouldn't even be talking about 2016 budget anyway. They so much in debt for 2015 right now. It's ridiculous. Remember, I was saying it was they were headed to 60 trillion dinars in debt. Yeah, I think I saw an article coming out and said they were like around 55 now or something. So it's getting there, man. They're still fighting. They're still fighting Daesh and ISIS, and they're still fighting stuff, man. They're still spending a lot of money, and the oil is down. So it's what, man. They just need to. They just need these reforms big time. Okay, they need the reforms big time. All right, let's see. Religious authority, the prosecution of the big heads of the corrupt of the fundamental reform steps. Okay, I don't know what the religious authority is saying here, but I think they're saying that what do you call it? They need to prosecute the big whales, okay, or the important people in the people in power in the government, okay, for these reforms to actually fundamentally work. That's probably what they're saying. All right, I'm just reading the translation off the fly, and I'm putting it in my head and thinking what they're thinking, and I think that's what he meant by that. Okay. What else can we see here? The governor of Waste Oil Ministry approves the establishment of an oil company and refinery in the province. All right, but we still need. I can't believe we're still on this oil and gas law thing. We need to get this thing situated and finished. Okay, the oil and gas law. We've been talking about this for like almost a year. it's frustrating, man, when you see something that's been a year and you can't get it done, especially when a body's been in for a year, you can't get the oil and gas deal done. Do I need to call a body out on the oil and gas law? Because you know that's basically going to give us a revaluation, you know what I'm saying, or a launch of the global market economy. Okay, so I don't know when we're going to see this oil and gas deal. It will probably be late October before they pass the oil and gas deal. Why? Because Iran gets their oil back full speed ahead in November. Okay, so you'll probably see Iraq beat them to the punch in late October. So just mark that down. The currency 365 is saying that the oil and gas deal will probably be passed late October 2015, right before Iran turns on their oil drilling full speed ahead as they lift their sanctions in November. All right, so just put that in your calendar and put that in your notes or whatever, and make sure you know that I said that, because that's probably what's going to happen. Okay. Now, could they do it no, they can't even do it in September, because they haven't even brought it to the House of Parliament for a first reading, and it's going to take 28 days, so it won't even happen in September. So I'm probably going to be right. It's probably going to be late October when they pass the oil and gas deal. Okay, so it is what it is. And that will, and if they drop the lower denoms, let's say they drop the lower denoms like let's say they drop the lower denoms like second week of October, right? We go past the blood moon. Everybody's upset at me because I did the video on the blood moon before. But like I said, the IMF gave in October, not me. That came from, if I knew the IMF was going to give them to October, I would never have done that video. So you can't fault me for that, because I didn't know the IMF was going to give them to October. I would have never done that video. I would have said Iraq will revive before November 1st. That's what I would have said then. But because that didn't come out, I did that video a long time ago, so it is what it is. All right, so I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash from that video if we go through the blood moon and don't see a rate. Okay, so but at the same time, you got to understand, if the IMF says that they gave them to us October, then I would have changed that, and I would have said that the Iraqi dinar will revive before November 1st, 2015. All right, so I believe that the oil and gas deal will happen by late October, before Iran can turn their oil and gas deal all the way up through their removal of their full sanctions. All right, so it's competition out here. It's competition, baby. So, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. And I think you're going to see Iraq strike first in their currency and the oil and gas, and then Iran will respond with lifting of full sanctions, getting all their money back, and billions of dollars in contracts, and $100 billion back from their frozen assets, and they're going to turn that oil all the way up. So it is what it is, and competition is going to be beneficial for those who hold those two currencies, for those countries. All right, so I've been blabbing for a while because I really don't have much to talk about. Oh yeah, there was a new governor in Najaf. Let's see who that guy is. Let me see his name. Let's see. The Najaf Provisional Council was elected on Thursday morning. Louis El Hazari. Okay, and he was a vice president of the Council of the Mass of a coalition of the state law. Okay, so he's now governor. Cool. Hopefully, I think he was appointed by a body. Hopefully he was. I don't know who would. I don't know. I mean, I don't know who would appoint him if it wasn't the body. Hopefully he's not corrupted. Goodness gracious, I'm not sure. Don't know much about it, so I'm not even gonna speak on it. But it is a new governor in the GIF, so congratulations to him, and hopefully he doesn't he pays the way for non-corrupt people in Iraq. All right, so we have the green light, guys. So let's use it, and let's hopefully Dr. Shabibi be back September or October. Hopefully first week of October. All right, guys. Currency 365. I'm out. Peace.